Hello, my geeks and creeps, my explainers and blood drainers, my little boodle-ollies. Happy month of Halloween! We're doing something different this time. We're still in my office, we're just in this corner now, in a big old brown chair. So when I was a kid, I was more or less surrounded by religious people, and it was kind of considered shameful to like Halloween. But that was exactly my dirty little secret. Fast forward 15 years and I'm surrounded by people who love Halloween just as much as I do. It's called the internet. Ain't technology grand? And on top of liking Halloween, I actually have a fixation with ghosts. Or perhaps the idea of ghosts. One of my guilty pleasures is those ghost hunting type shows on television, my personal favorite being Ghost Adventures. Now my religious background has instilled in me a healthy fear of the spirit world. I feel like playing with Ouija boards and holding up microphones for ghosts to talk into just kind of invites those nasty things into your presence and gives it power to mess with you. That is why I don't actively seek out ghosts or spirits in my own personal life. And I guess because of that, I don't have many ghost encounters to speak of. Especially since most ghost activity can be easily explained away, let's be honest here. But I do have a handful of moments in my life that I would like to think were some sort of paranormal encounter. A few years ago, not long after our family moved into our current ranch house, I was up late one night. Now my room opens up to a balcony, and that balcony has a flight of stairs that you have to walk down to get to the rest of the house. I was the only person living on that side of the house at the time. I was pretty secluded. So it was late and I was up fiddling on the internet, when suddenly I heard a sound outside my door. It sounded like something heavy being dragged across the balcony, like a large bag or a body. It only lasted a few seconds, but when all was still, I got up from my bed and I went to my door. I listened very closely and heard nothing. And when I opened my door and looked outside, no one was there. Nothing was out of place. And what's more, because those stairs are right next to my bedroom, I can always hear when someone or something is walking up them. And I didn't hear anything. Now my family lived in a different house when I was in middle school, and one time the pipes burst in my bedroom. So while it was being fixed, I had to sleep on a blow-up mattress in the middle of our living room. Now, one night, when the house was dark and quiet and everybody had gone off to bed, I was settling into my bed when I started getting this strange feeling. Now in our living room, we had these two semicircle windows up high at the corner. And that was creepy in its own right because it looked like a pair of eyes staring down at you in the dark. But this night, I had this weird feeling that someone was watching me. I blinked a couple times and I looked up at the window. And there, giving me the most piercing stare, was a woman, resting her chin on her folded arms. I blinked in surprise, and she disappeared. I didn't get much sleep that night. So one night in middle school, I was in my parents' room watching TV. My mom had just gone off to my sister's volleyball game, leaving me to take care of my brother David. A few minutes after she left, David came running into the room, crying his eyes out. He began begging me to call Mom to come get him. He was absolutely distraught. But I thought, he's just being a brat. If I ignore him, he'll stop. But while he was still crying, a loud plop noise came from the kitchen. I went to investigate and found something very much out of the ordinary. Now, in our kitchen, we had a cabinet above the microwave where we kept all of our candy. The hinge on it was broken, so it was kind of hard to open, and it was so high up that even an adult needed a footstool to get to it. And when I went into the kitchen, the cabinet door was wide open. The footstool had been moved in front of it, and a large bag of candy was laying in the middle of the floor. I never did figure out how that happened. So, those are my very few ghost encounters. Sometimes I wish I had better ones, but then I hear people's stories about dark figures in hallways and I'm just like, Anyways, it's Halloween, so in the comment section below, tell me about your most terrifying ghost encounter. Because I didn't need to sleep tonight anyway. And one more thing before you go, you can check out some animated music videos I did for Number Rock. Here's my favorite, it's called Time. In case you haven't gotten enough Let Me Explain Studios animation. Anyways guys, have a happy and safe Halloween, and when I say safe, no Ouija boards. Don't do it guys, it ain't worth the risk. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now I gotta... I'm supposed to be the only person in this building right now.